Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Kelsie. Today we're doing lower body, barre and Pilates inspired, strength focused workout. So we're gonna hit all things leg, booty. If you haven't already warmed up, go ahead and start with my 10-minute Pilates warm up is what it's called. I'm gonna tag it here, link it here at the top of the video. Do that first, or whatever you need to do, whatever you'd like to do to be warmed up. Make sure that you're warm before you start with this because we're gonna jump right into the work here and you don't wanna go from 0 to 60. Okay, two things you need. You need a set of heavier weights. I have 8s here. Something that's gonna challenge you. And then you also need a set of lighter weights. This would be considered your relief set. We're also gonna use this set when we come down to the floor for a little bit of a lighter weight stimulus. And we're gonna use this set of weights as well to prop that heel up. Something you might also want when we prop that heel up, I know that can be uncomfortable sometimes, so grab a towel or cushion or something nearby if you wanna put it underneath that heel to make that a little bit more comfortable when we do prop that heel up on that weight. Okay, we're gonna jump right into this work here. So let's get started. I'm grabbing my heavy weights. I'm gonna stand with my feet wider than the hips, toes turned out, and I'm gonna pivot my upper body toward my right side, one weight on each side. I'm just gonna lateral lunge, keeping that back flat, dropping down, 2, lift, down, 2, lift, 2. Just a little lateral lunge there, letting those weights drop down on either side of my knee toward the toes, keeping my core strong, my back flat. Keep that going, getting deeper with each one as you get warm. All right, little combo here. Down, row, extend, lift. Down, pull, release, lift. Here's 2. Last one right here. Hold that low, just the rows now. Row, release, row, release. Keeping that core strong, back flat, pinching the shoulder blades together. Hold the elbows back, pulse it there, pulse, pulse. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold that pulse, bring those weights to the shoulders. You're gonna take that to the center, 2, back to that lateral lunge. Center, lateral lunge. Keeping that slight hinge with that upper body. Here's 4, feeling that burn on that right thigh. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Hold that there. You're gonna lean forward 2 and lift 2. Keeping a bend in that knee, little hinge forward, keeping the back flat. Nice job. Last little change here. Hold that back flat, pulse it there for 8, 7, hang on for 6, 5, stick that chest out, pinch the shoulder blades together behind your back. Here's 3, here's 2, 2, 1, release, great job. Okay, you're gonna set those heavy weights down for a moment. Quickly grab one of your lighter weights. Still with that right side, you're gonna place your heel on top of that and then pick those heavy weights back up. Pinch those shoulder blades together. So you've got this kickstand stance right here. Hold on to it, pull that core in tight, navel to the spine. Keep that core engaged throughout. That's the beauty of barre work. We're keeping the core strong throughout the entire exercise. Okay, we're gonna start by just sinking this down, down, 2, lift, 2. Tapping that knee to the floor and then extending that back leg straight as you lift. Keeping that chin lifted, chest lifted tall. Nice job. Shoulders stacked right over the hips here. Great job. Hold that lift right here. Now we're gonna hinge with it. Hinge, 2, lift, 2. The key here is keeping that back leg straight. Take this at your own pace. Nice and slow, whatever allows you to maintain your best form, that nice flat back. All right, you're gonna hold that hinge right here. We're gonna tap that left knee to the floor. Tap, lift, tap, and lift. This time you've got to lean. You've got to hinge with that upper body, keeping that back flat. Here's 4. You are almost done with this side. Hang on to it. Here's 3. Keeping that gaze on the floor in front of you. Hold it low right here. Pulse to finish. For 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Woo! I'm feeling that. So I know y'all are too. Come down to the floor. You're gonna lie down on your right side. You're gonna lie down on your left side. You want your right side still on top. So lie down on your left side. Right side still on top. We're burning out that right side, and then we're gonna go ahead and come back up. Finish it out with the other side. Okay, you can either lie with your head propped into your hands like this, or you can lie all the way down, resting that head on that straight extended arm. Pull the knees into the chest. Grab your weight. Place it on top of that right leg on the outer thigh. Extend that leg straight. Point the toe up and over, 2, and up and back. Nice and slow here. Keep that going. Emphasis here on getting that leg as high as you can, but taking this nice and slow and controlled. All right, we're gonna shorten those rainbows and speed this up a little bit. Tap, tap. Getting that toe as close as you can toward the chest, keeping that leg as straight as you can. Modify this at any point by taking this weight out of the picture, just setting it off to the side. 4. Here's 3. Slow count for you. Here's 2. You're gonna hold it forward on 1, hold it elevated, flex that foot, slide it back. 2, point the toe forward. 2, flex back, point forward. So when you flex that foot, you drag that heel back, squeezing the base of the seat. When you point it, you pull it forward. Think engage that core to pull that straight leg forward toward the chest. 4 more. Here's 3. If you want more, you can slide that weight closer to the knee. That will make this even harder. Last one here. Hold it forward, flex that foot. You're gonna lower tap, lift, tap, lift. The challenge here, keep that leg as straight as you can. You wanna lift it as high as you can on the lift and get that leg as close as you can to the chest. Hold the lift right here, that knee, little bend, extend, bend, extend. Stamping that heel directly in front of you. Nice job. Here's 3, 2, hold it out on 1, lift to finish right here. Lift, lift, hang on to it. You've got this. Straighter, higher. Finish strong for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Great job. Woo! I'm feeling all sides of that right side. Go ahead and come up to standing. Grab a quick sip of water. I know I need one. I'm gonna grab my water real quick. Whew. Let's go with the theme today. Look at this. I'm opposite my water bottle. And I also match my mat and my weights. That was totally intentional. I'm a purple girl. Kate Stater, that's why. Okay, put this off to the side. With this bar strength, you want to make sure you're giving yourself enough rest throughout. The beautiful thing about having these videos online is you can always pause. You can take your own time, pause it for a moment, grab yourself a sip of water, let your heart rate calm down, because you're going to get the most out of your strength work if your heart rate is not skyrocketed. So you want to maintain a manageable heart rate, and if you're finding that this video is moving too quickly for you to do that, simply pause it, Catch your breath between sets and then come back. I want to encourage you though, each individual set we do, whether that's our lateral ones or our parallel ones or coming down to the floor, try to finish those little sets. They're about 3 minutes of a push each time. Try to finish those in one full swoop. And then if you do need to pause before the next set begins, that's the time to do that right in between that change of position or weight. So, all right, and that was a little break for you too. So let's get going on this other side. You're gonna grab back those heavy weights. This time we're on the left side. Walk the feet out slightly wider than the hips. Toes turn out, hips parallel. Pivot that upper body toward that left side. We're gonna lateral lunge. Down, 2, lift, 2. Down, 2, lift, 2. It's very important to keep that back flat here. If you are rounding your back like this, you're gonna feel that in all the wrong places tomorrow. So it's very important that you do your best to pinch the shoulder blades together. Keep that chest pressed out. Keep that back flat and core engaged. We're gonna speed this up here. Down, lift, down, lift. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold it low on 1, just your rows there. Row, down, lift, lower. Row, and lift. That row encourages you to hang on to that form of that flat back, shoulder blades pinched together. 4 more like that. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Hold it low right here. Hold those elbows back. Just pulse, pulse. Sinking deeper into that pulse each time. For 4, 3, hang on for 2. Hold it low on 1. Bring those weights up to the shoulders. Hang on to it there, pinch the shoulder blades back. You can press those elbows back as well. Great job, you're gonna slide it out, 2, lateral, 2. Come to the center, and that lateral shift. That center press is a release. And when you shift back to that lateral lunge, that's when you feel that thigh and see it fire up. Transferring the weight into the balls of the feet there. Grip the floor with those toes. Nice job. Hold that lunge right there. We take it down, lift. 3, 2, hold it low on 1, pulse it there. Pulse, pulse. Hang on to it, you got this, finish strong. Stay low, back flat. Last 8 right here for 8, 7, here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it up for there. You breathe there on those last ones. Okay, drop those weights. Quick little reset. Grab that light weight. Set it to the side. Place that left heel on top of that weight. And then grab those heavy weights back in hand. If you need to prop a towel or something underneath that heel so it's a little more comfortable, go ahead and do that now. Okay, here we go. Reset. Pull that core in. Tilt that pelvis up toward the chest. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Take it down 2 counts. Here we go. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Keep that going. Here's 4. Here's 3. Shoulders stacked right over the hips right here. Here's 2. Here's 1. You're gonna hold it low right here. Pulse it tempo. Pulse, pulse. Nice job. Keep that chin lifted. For 4, 3. We've got those hinges on 1 right here. Hold it low. You're gonna hinge forward. You're gonna extend that back leg. 2, back to a lunge. 2, hinge, back to that lunge. When you lean into that hinge, you're doing nothing with your back. You're simply extending that back leg and shifting your gaze to the floor. Those weights just fall forward toward the knees slightly, but the back stays in the same position. 3 more. Here's 2. Hold that hinge on 1. We're gonna tap that knee and lift. Here we go. Tap, 2, lift. Holding on to that hinge. Nice job. Last one right here. Hold it low, pulse to finish. You've got this. Pulse, pulse, hanging onto that hinge. Leaning forward, slight bend in that back knee. Last 8 right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Okay, woo. I'm feeling that. Go ahead and come down to the floor. We're gonna finish that side off with the outer seat. We hit the parallel seat, the hamstrings, the top of your thigh. Now we're gonna hit the outer part of your seat. And we're gonna lie this time on our right side, coming down all the way. You can rest your head in your hand, or you can lie it on your side. This is a good time if you need to grab a quick sip of water. Pause this video, take a quick break, do that now. You're gonna pull these knees in. Extend that left leg, point that toe. Place that light weight on top, on the outer part of that left thigh. We're tracing rainbows up and over, 2, up and back, 2, up and over, up and back. Nice and slow here. If you want more, you can always grab the heavier weight. Or what I like to do for this one, it's a little bit harder to have the heavier weight. So I simply slide that weight closer to the knee. Puts a little bit more torque force there to lift the leg. Great job, keep it going. 2 more big like that. Last one right here. And we're gonna speed this up, shorten it. Little tap, tap, tapping little rainbows right in front of you. Keep it going, tap, tap. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. You're gonna flex that foot, slide it back, 2, point forward, 2, flex, slide, point forward. Holding that foot at about a foot of a hover off the floor. Keep that core strong. We don't want that upper body shifting around. Try to isolate this work in that seat with that leg. Leg is the only thing moving here. Anchor yourself to your core here. Exhale with that pull forward. Inhale as you drag that heel back. Great job. Last one here. And then you're gonna hold that foot forward. Flex that foot. Forward tap, lift, tap, lift. Pull that leg as close as you can toward the chest. Keep it as straight as you can. Hold the lift right here. Find a tiny bend, extend, bend, extend. Just like that. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold the extend on 1. Lift to finish right here. Just lift. Lift, straightest leg, highest leg, as close as you can get it to the chest. Last 8 right here for 8, 6, here's 4, 3, 2, 1, woo! Okay, drop that weight, lie on their back for just a moment. Okay, we're gonna finish on our stomach, but first I want you to just lie right here, plant those feet slightly wider than the hips. You're gonna let those knees fall to either side. Feel that slight twist through your lower back. A little bit of dynamic mobility here before we progress to our last little lower body push, during which we're going to target the base of your seat, right where your seat meets the hamstring. Okay, go ahead and take it back to center. Go ahead and slowly prop yourself over onto your stomach. Whatever's comfortable here. Okay. Hope you can see me okay. I'm going to move these weights out of the way so you can see me better. You're gonna lie on your stomach. If you need a towel or something to place underneath your hip bones, make this a little bit more comfortable on the floor, do that. You're gonna cross your forearms in front of you, rest your head on your hands. You're gonna bring the heels to the seat, knees out, kiss the heels together. You're gonna drive those kissed heels up to the ceiling. Lift, lower, lift, lower.
Small themes, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift.
Hold the lift right here. Lift, lift.
I know you'll be at my show watching.
Hold that lift. Right leg only. Extend out 2 counts. Out, 2, in, 2. Out, and in. Alternating sides here. Right leg. Keeping both thighs up off the floor the whole time. All right, both legs together. Here we go. Out, 2, in, 2. Nice and slow. Keeping those thighs lifted, knees off the floor the whole time. Squeezing that seat on the extend. Last one right here. Hold it out. Hold those legs at a hover. Lift both legs. Lift, lift. Take this a step further by reaching the arms up overhead. Lifting both. Lift, lift. This is where we finish right here. Finish strong. Feel that through the lower back, the seat, the hamstrings, the shoulders. Find that highest point. Hold it there. Isometric hold. Point those toes. Hang on to it. Embrace the shake. You got it. Here's 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Melt it down. Woo. Press it back. Press the seat to the heels, chest to the floor. Nice stretch through the lower back. Then take that right arm to the outside of the mat. Left arm presses over the right and press down. On your exhale, take it to the other side. And then take it back to center. Quick cat-cow right here. All right, you're gonna arch your back and look up on your inhale. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest, lower back to the ceiling. And then find a neutral spine. Okay, we're gonna get into a quick little stretch here. It's always important to make sure that you save your static stretching for the end of your work rather than the beginning. Anything that you do to warm up in the beginning should be dynamic. You don't want to be doing long holds of stretches before your workout. That'll trigger a relaxation response in your muscles and will inhibit your ability to contract them as you need to for the work. But now that we're done with the work, this is the perfect time to tap into that relaxation response, trigger that stimulus in the muscles to elongate, to relax, and then that helps aid in your recovery. Well, let's get going with that. We're gonna go ahead and press up to a pike, anchor those heels to the floor, extend that right leg up, point that toe, pull that knee into the chest, plant it right there between the hands. Hang out right there. And I want you to drop that left knee to the floor, reach back with that right arm, grabbing the left toe, anchor the shoulder to the knee. Pressing those hips forward, pulling that heel to the seat. Nice job. Here's 2. And 1, carefully let that foot drop. You're gonna shift that weight back, that seat back over the heel. Reach toward that right foot with one or both arms. Pressing that chest down toward the thigh. Nice job. You can rock that foot back and forth, whatever feels good here. Fingertips to the floor, lift and down. Shifting that weight. As you shift that seat side to side, you feel it pull, little tug on different parts of that hamstring. Back to center. You're gonna press back forward to that lunge, that runner stretch. Pull that knee up off the floor, reach the arms up overhead and press forward. Nice job. All the way back up, let those arms drop back down, step it back to a pike. Anchor those heels to the floor. Extend that left leg up, point that toe. And then pull that knee into the chest, plant it between the hands. Hang out right there in that runner stretch, keeping those fingertips on the floor. And then on your exhale, drop that right knee to the floor. You're gonna reach behind with your left hand to grab your right heel, or your right foot, keeping that right arm on the floor. Anchor your left knee to the shoulder. Feeling that little tug through the top of that right thigh. Nice job. Carefully release that foot to the floor and shift the seat back over the heel, flexing that left foot, keeping that left leg nice and straight, keeping that back flat. Walk your hands down toward that foot. You can let that ankle roll side to side, that foot push side to side. Bringing that chest toward the thigh, fingertips to the floor. You can lift that seat up, parallel it. Oh, hi Reese. Hello. This is dog yoga. Hi Reese. She wants to do it too. Okay, I think it's time for this. We're gonna finish up here. Okay, so I've got my foot on the floor. Okay, go ahead and walk it back to your pike. Okay, go on over there. Go on over there. This is really exciting for a dog. I thought she was up. Okay, we're gonna finish there. Walk it back up to your pike. Hang out right there for as long as you need to. You can step that foot forward as well. Press up into that runner stretch, shifting the hips forward, just like that. Pressing the hips forward, that'll stretch out that TFL, that IT band right there, as well as your hip flexors. And I hope you feel great. Make sure that you subscribe. Push that button from the bottom left corner. Make sure you subscribe, and then you can see all my videos. Every Thursday, I drop a new strength and mobility emphasis barre or Pilates style workout. So come back for more. Thanks for joining me today.